So it's me, your boy, the man, NJ to the city. Number two TO, third video of tonight. As I'm again just sitting here writing new records, writing new raps, with the slaps, bridging those gaps, doing what I can to, just put out the best music God first possible, and so on. I guess I have multiple things I can talk about. To cover what I posted on my Snapchat, NJ to the city last night. I want people to understand that if you've been looking for more, I guess, mature music from me, not sexually explicit, but more mature music from me, in terms of suicide, depression, love or relationships, and a bunch of more stuff that I can name there. I want you to understand, because I mean, what I make, I ain't gonna say what I make is mature, but it definitely, it's like it ain't fully mature, but it ain't fully conscious either. Honestly, it's it really is it really is like just kids bop. Really, if I were to just put it in any other, it really is. It's really the purest version of kids bop you can find. Is a majority of what I've been putting out for years. It's like the most, it really is like just the most purest version of kids bop. But I want people to understand, I've been writing a lot of that mature music that you're probably looking for from my archive. I've been writing a lot of it over the last year, and I look forward to getting as much of it out to you as godly possible. I just don't know all the timetables of when I'll get it out for you, but I will get it out for you, because trust me, I got that, gut feeling that tells me I need to get more of that music out to you. I got that gut feeling I need to do it you know and I'm excited for that. Nonetheless, I'm excited to get out all sorts of of that to you, because I've had that epiphany within the last year that just told me mentally that's what my archive is missing. That's what my career is missing. All that mentally mature music that really does go into depth. Of again, because again, I ain't gonna say that I got the music that relates to everybody's struggle, but I got enough music that relates to definitely a majority of people, and so on. Because I ain't gonna lie, I love the music that I've been making. And the music I have been making is definitely purely for the middle schoolers, purely for the high school hypers, purely for definitely K through 12 in general. I've been making a lot of that music, honestly. Now, of course, occasionally I've been making some of that music that I guess again speaks to those nuances of society, life, and culture. I think occasionally I have made that music, but I definitely think that I've definitely been writing more of it that I haven't even recorded over this last year. And I want people to understand. I'm gonna get it out for you. It just definitely takes patience. Because I definitely got it for you. Trust me, I got all that music that I know, all that gut wrenching, heart stopping music that makes you feel something, makes that goes in depth with not just my own personal family life, but my own in depth just personal life. Yeah, I got all that music and more that goes with just in depth. I mean, I go in depth with so much, my own personal life, politics, um, corporate America. I mean, you just name it. Inner workings of Christianity, the church. Youth development, LGBTQ. I got so much music that I ain't shared with y'all yet, and I'm telling you, I've been telling myself this for a long time. I know the day that the day I drop this music, but more so, I drop it with a hot beat, because everybody likes a hot beat. I like a hot beat. Don't get me wrong. The day I drop it with a hot beat, which means I gotta do my mixing right. The day I drop it with a hot beat, and it just sounds unforgettable, is definitely the day that certain people might start taking my craft more seriously, which means it's still going to come with the same, beat machine that I've been using for years. It's just, the way I mix the loops will sound crisper, will sound clearer, and you'll be able to, again, beat bop to it just that much more better, especially when it comes to possible sing-alongs. You'll be able to relate to it just like that. It will hit you like a gut punch, and there's a dump on you like a dump truck, and so on. The beat is gonna be, I want to say, flawless, and vice versa. The lyrics are gonna be, like I say, just pounding at you, or whatever else, terminology you were to put there. But the biggest point that I want people to understand, I got all that music. I just ain't released a lot of it because I've been more focused and concerned on a lot of other things, and all the music that I have been writing, or I have been releasing, vice versa. Some of it has focused on some of those topic matters. Most of it absolutely has not. Most of it is still the middle school mentor, high school hyper, hyper music. Now that's not to say that I don't like that music. I love that music. That music is like the most is part of my rawest organic sound that I can come up with. So I want every child out there to watches this to understand this is not me saying that you're not going to hear any of that music. No, you're still going to hear it. It's just I need to mix it up a little bit more with the more politically social conscious, everyday spirit music or whatever I can, whatever else words I can put there to describe, what, the world, itself, what's going on in the world. So, I look forward to dropping that for you because I got so much to spit to you, and I believe 100% once people hear it in its actuality, full totality, I do believe people are gonna hear what I hear. They're gonna see what I see, gonna read what I write, and they're just gonna be it's outstanding, and you're gonna see not only inside my mind, but forget my mind. You're just gonna see what you've been again starving for from the mainstream for a long time. Again, I've said it before. You have a lot of artists that whether they're in the mainstream and they're in the underground. It just depends on what artists you listen to because a lot of artists are oversaturated and they're just garbage. Other artists, they are very much on point. They got it all together, and they're writing and rapping about the right things. Of course, they might have a few ignorant songs here and there, but as long as they got, like I said, an album full of 10, 20 songs, and most of it's all real stuff that is easily relatable, let alone just get you good, get you going in a positive, creative, godly artsy way. Who cares? Other than and so on. I'm okay if out of an album full of 10 songs you got 2 or 3 that are complete ignorant. I get it. Or even out of 20 you got 5 songs, 5, 6 that are completely ignorant. I'm okay with that. If most of your if 80 to if I guess yeah, if 80 to 90% of your album is all, quality, crisp, stuff that people really need to hear to set their souls free with the Lord, let alone to set their souls free from the Matrix, I'm okay with it. And if not the Matrix, whatever else word you were to put there that really gets them going of what's going on in the world, let alone how to better their own life through the advice that you're giving them through telling your story. That's what everybody 9 out of 10 wants to hear. And that's what I'm all up for, and so on. But I just want to take half this video to just let y'all know what's up with me when it comes to the future of my more mature adult music. I don't mean mature adult as in sexually explicit, and using a bunch of garbage curse words that I don't need to use, and or just curse words, and so on. But definitely in terms of suicide, depression, LGBTQ, love and relationships, politics, and a bunch of other crap that I can name that I've been writing about for the last year. I got these songs. It's all songs everywhere around me. I just gotta, possibly possibly not be afraid to rewrite a few and just see how much more lyrically crisper I can get when it comes to what I'm broadcasting out there to you in the world, because I know this music is what you guys are waiting for, you're wanting for, you love what I've already got out there, but your soul is starving for some of that more, I want to say fertile music or whatever word I could put there. Again, gut wrenching, pow, 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 blow for blow, wow, this dude really just went all in on the industry. He went all in on politics. He went all in on what's wrong with the world. Why the world is so broken. Why does my school talk like this, act like that? Whatever, subject matter you were to put there. And I'm all in for it because that's what I make, part of what I make music for. And that's kind of what I meant when I said, whether you want to call me a Christian rapper, a gospel rapper, a conscious rapper, I don't really care, honestly. I'm, similar to what Tom McDonald said, I'm just me, I'm just me, you know. I mean, and that's not to say if you call me those three, I'll get offended. I won't because I literally rap exactly like they do, just with my own organic spin and twist that makes it raw and me and so on, that makes it extra, yeah, that makes it real raw and extra crispy, and so on. So it's like I said, if you call me those things, I ain't got no problem with it. But for the most part, I know it's mostly all just me, and so on. And I make what I make. Other than that, I want to get back to some Jalen Hurts and some football, some quarterbacks, and I'm just letting you know. I want Jalen Hurts to succeed, and I'm just so sick and tired of seeing these so-called analysts who, were once high on these guys saying, "Oh, you know what? I don't see him being that, being that, being a guy to build a franchise around." Like, are you kidding me right now? Oh, I don't see him as that guy to build a franchise around. Do you, again, what happened to, sometimes you just have a few bad games. What happened to, you are the guy to build a franchise around if you look at the everything from the story to the character to the courage, the discipline, the mental toughness, how they, write plays up on the wall, execute them. I mean, what happened to all that football knowledge, football IQ, pretty much crap you can't coach to another extent. You could also just go off on there. What happened to all those intangibles that you just can't coach? What happened to all that stuff being the forefront go-getter leader, that ends up being the face of your franchise? Because I got that gut feeling that we have so many of those kids, in free agency right now, let alone so many of those kids that are currently about to be in this year's draft, and future years' drafts, that I promise there's more of those kids out there than what you realize. You're just not giving them opportunities because, once again, well, for whatever reason, you're not giving them opportunities. Actually, I know why. You don't want competition at the quarterback position. Oh, and then you're not really developing. You're not really in the business. The NFL is not I mean, it's so stupid because every year you hear about people talking about, maybe they can hopefully go someplace and sit for 2 years. Okay, let me get this straight. The NFL is, or let's get this straight. The NFL ain't in the business of developing nobody from any position. Any position. The NFL wants these guys to come out the package swinging for the fences, and if they don't, to ride them off as soon as they can. You know, and depending on who you are, they'll write you off exactly after your second year, if not your mid second year. God willing, you make it to your third. But the point is, they'll write you off as soon as you get into the league, and so on and so on. And that's a big part of my point, is that they're not giving you enough chances, opportunities. They're not giving you enough of what you need to truly make a difference and own it. They're just not doing what they got to do, And I hope to God one of these days more teams get it. More teams, that's like run with it. More teams just do right and be better. But it's not going to happen until, people gather their own egos and realize that they probably need to start the evaluation process over. But yeah, what happened to those intangibles that you just cannot coach that makes a winner, and so on. And I'm telling you, there's so many of those kids that are out there who are just starving for their opportunities, but they're just being robbed of those opportunities. As soon, or more so, once they get them, it's like I say, you throw a couple picks and they want to write you off as you can't play. The league is a very negative, unforgiving league at times. And not only negatively unforgiving, but it really has a lot to do with, as they say, in the most negative way I can say this, it is about having connections, and who you know. and so on in the most negative way possible because you probably can't play, but they'll still keep you around because somebody knows somebody, you know, rather than the other guy on sitting on his couch that can play but has to settle for a regular whatever job because no one wants him because he doesn't know anybody.